Over the course of this last decade, and I could say even more than this, I never felt like we've had a real, actual open-world sandbox PvPvE life simulator game, and even more so in a fantasy medieval world, like Game of Thrones for example. All these games that we've seen, Identity, Raw, Chronicles of Illyria, New World, the list goes on, I've never felt like these action life simulator games covered it all. It's always been centered on one thing in particular, and not the actual life of a person and the limitless possibilities one can do in it, and most of these games failed, absolutely failed. We have the upcoming game Everywhere from ex-GTA devs that's looking like the Ready Player One game that a lot of people have been wanting. Is it actually gonna work? I don't know, but this new game right here called Pax Dei really wants to bring these possibilities to life with a dangerous medieval action world full of monsters, bandits and players to fight, a life to live, a house to build, a player-centered economy being everything you've ever wanted, blah blah blah, whether it be a king, a swordsman, a forger, a guard, or a simple peasant living in your peaceful house with your own garden. Man, how many times have we heard all of these promises, and how many times have they actually become true? Not a lot of times, I can tell you that. So why should we trust these developers with Pax Dei? We've been let down and tricked so many times by games that we thought were giving us the world. It's a genre that's full of opportunities, but most of the studios who are taking their chances are failing very hard. It's a complicated genre that requires a lot of time and motivation. So why should we trust this game then? Well, first of all, it's coming from actual talented people who worked on EVE Online, for example, and who created their own studio to create this game. But still, even though it has some talents behind it, creating a game at this scale is such a big, dangerous task that's very much bound to fail almost every single time. Creating a life simulator in medieval times requires them to think of every single details of the time, incorporate different jobs and life goals, a massive world to explore, and a story to it. Because yes, Pax Dei will have a story, and so it is said they are planning multiple missions, dangerous quests and activities for us to do. We'll be able to fight dragons, explore underground caves and so on. And I won't lie though, the game is running on Unreal Engine 5 and is looking beautiful, but that's only from these little sneak peeks. We only have a small look at the game, so I can't judge yet. It's said to be a huge and dangerous social sandbox, massively multiplayer online, inspired by the legends of the medieval era. It is said you'll be able to travel the relative safety of the Heartlands and find the perfect plot of land on which to build your home, which is where it is said you'll be able to count down from the battles. What's worrying me with this game, which a lot of games fail to achieve, is that everything in this world is produced by the player's hands and skills. Your village will need clothes, walls, food, flowers, and prayers, it is said, in which the players will need to provide that. Your clan, weapons and armor and all that. Other villages with other players will also require tools, for example, and materials so they can continue building. It is an ambitious idea, so we'll definitely have to wait and see how that goes. I just really hope they don't, open a Kickstarter or Indiegogo and just ask for a huge funding, because that's when it'll be crossing the line for me for a life simulator game. It said you'll be fighting both monsters and bandits, but also other clans controlled by players to gain control of new lands and such. You might have a treasure in your house that someone else wanted to get for a long time. It is also said you'll be able to play Pax Dei completely solo. It is a world full of players, but you can be a lone wolf and have your own house in the middle of nowhere, for example. Dungeons and quests will reward unique items, but just like the player created ones, you can trade them. Thanks to PCGamer.com for having an exclusive hands-off look at the game. They said it is an actual real game and is like a mixture of Valheim, Rust and New World. I'll be keeping a close eye on this game, but I'm still not sure right now. Let me know what you guys think and make sure you like this video right now, and of course subscribe for more videos just like these.